Do I got any boogers in my nose before we start this thing? Can't be letting me go through a whole segment with boogies. So last year was kind of a funny deal, you know. I was talking bad about myself, and really it was kind of like at a low point in my life. I think I wasn't riding good, and came here, and when you come here with like the oldest flip tricks in the book, you really have no confidence. So, you know, I just talked bad about myself, and then went out and actually just messed around in my runs, and went up against Nate first, and he was sore from a crash in practice. He pulled out, so I kept going. And then I got beat by Rabot, so the next like little bracket thing was whoever had the highest score got the medal, and that was when Twitch threw the little tantrum, and thanks Twitch. I think he knew my career was in jeopardy, so he helped me out a little bit. So, bronze medal last year. I just put the thing in my nightstand, haven't even looked at it because it's pretty embarrassing to even get that thing when I wasn't trying, and there was 10 other guys out there riding like 360 and, you know, and doing all the gnarly flip stuff. So this year, we're gonna change that. This year's feeling a lot better. I've actually taken freestyle as like a job and been riding a lot, which is weird. I used to just mess around with it. And I've actually practiced in, and weird stuff happens when you practice. Like you learn stuff and you feel good on a dirt bike, you're not scared of it. So I'm not gonna claim anything and say that I'm like up with the top guys, but I can at least show people that I'm trying this year, and if I luck into another medal, I'm taking it. And I'm wearing it to the after party, and I'm gonna get chicks with it. This year, like, it's kind of a weird year. We're losing a lot of our contests actually. Like Detours got pulled just to demos, so, and I haven't ridden actually a contest since Orlando last year. So I'm like coming here to try and show everyone that I'm trying, like I said, and ride good. And then from here on out, it's pretty much downhill. Just go ride some demos and probably start heading back to Europe and Australia and stay busy and keep my dirt bike fun. You know, that's kind of what it's all about, is just riding, having fun, and take this one event serious and then have a good summer. Filming and going out and shooting photos in the hills and like just free riding with all your friends. And you know, now we're starting to get to where we can kind of flip stuff natural train, like that stuff's all fun. And I think that's gonna help for video parts and make it more of like a mainstream thing, is if we can go out to like some desolate spot in Utah and flip like a 150-foot jump. I think that'll be cool. So maybe start getting into a little more of that and change the sport up a little bit. Sure, when you go out and film, it's definitely like showing who we are on a dirt bike. Like contests, we're kind of all like, you know, we're crammed into doing the same thing, kind of like we all have to flip all the jumps, we have to do our hardest flip stuff over it, but the problem is so many of us are doing the same flip stuff. You know, it pretty much comes down to like who's doing it this much better. So it gets a little repetitive to where like free riding and all that stuff, you know, like there's no pressure to flip, there's no pressure to like do any tricks. It's kind of like a style thing, you know, and the guys that grew up with it and can do big old whips over a 150-foot jump, I think that like tells more about who a rider is than a guy that can go flip the 85-foot dirt jump here. So I think a lot of the riders enjoy it more, but this is just kind of where we're at for now. Right now, freestyle, it's going in the right direction. I mean, we got guys double flipping in their runs now. You got guys front flipping in their runs. More guys are starting to 360, so the progression's still there, but we're just losing the contest. I'd like to see it go more into like a show format. Like I said, I spent time in Australia doing the Krusty Tour. It's just like a choreographed show, almost like a concert or something, you know? And it's cool because it highlights all the riders' aspects. Like you do a right side up run, no flips, so you get to show off your regular tricks, and there's side-by-side flipping, there's pyro. And I know the crowd's more into it than, like I said, when you go out here and we're all doing the same thing off the same jumps, you know, I think that's where the crowd's kind of losing interest. So it's hard to say where it's going with contests, but if it went more into a show aspect, I think that'd help us out a lot. I don't know what's gonna happen after I'm done riding. I'm not really into cars. Like I've done like a little car race out in Utah at that Miller Motorsports track, and I was the worst dude there. And then I did a drift car class in Australia when I was just there, and I was the worst dude at that. So me and cars don't really go well together. I'm thinking more of like professional, like MySpace, Facebook dude or something, and just kind of walk around the pits and be that guy that everyone knows, but no one knows what he does. It's kind of what I want to do. Because I see a lot of those guys, they say hi to me, and I'm like, who are you? They don't do nothing, but they have like all the stuff. So that's going to be me in a couple of years. Yeah, the rig's a funny deal for the Nationals there. I actually leased it out to Aaron Normoyle because with the lack of contests now, I didn't really need to pay for an RV to come to one contest. So I leased it out to her and, you know, gave her a place to stay at the outdoors. But it's pretty funny. I was getting calls like when I was in Australia, they're like, hey, are you at Texas? Are you in LA right now? I'm all, no, what's going on? It didn't even dawn on me to think that my rig was just traveling around. So it's kind of funny, but you never know after this, when I have no obligations or nothing to worry about, maybe I'll show up on the line and get arm pump and pull off and say I got a flat tire, but probably won't happen. I was just saying that to get your guys' hopes up.